This is my review of Chapter 44 of the Bleach manga, and starting Volume 6. So, the volume cover is not really crazy, it's just Kisuke, and he's just turned around and he's looking back like that over his shoulder. Kubo shows a picture of a cat and states that the character of Yoruichi, who will show up later, is based on this cat. And then talks about how he hasn't been getting but 2 hours of sleep every night and hasn't left his house in a very long time, and remarks that that must be the lifestyle of a manga artist. And then at the bottom there's just like a silhouette of Ichigo with his sword. And then for the like, I forget if around the table of contents, I don't know if I'm going to say this is the title of the volume or what, but we get a shot of Kisuke's eye and then a little blurb about fate. And these are at the beginning of each volume. They're always the same. But then finally we come into the actual fucking chapter, and Karin has led Ishin back to where Chad is, but of course Chad is gone. So Kubo's going really hard on the comedy here for like a whole couple pages. Ishin accuses Karin of lying and states that she just wants to spend time with him, so he opens his shirt up and tells her to give him a hug. She can bury her face in his chest, and then she punches him in the face and begins grappling with him and stuff. And then we get another gag immediately. Orihime is rolling around and she's having a dream about Ichigo. And she's saying something about, like, you can't catch that with this. And I think it was meant to be like a parody of Pokemon or something. She's having a dream of, like, them playing a parody of Pokemon or something. And she's, like, saying, you can't catch shit. And then she wakes up and screams, you can't catch it! And, she fucking... You see her head has hit Chad in the face, and then she looks over and notices Chad, and he's holding his nose, and his fucking nose is bleeding. And that was pretty fucking funny. Kubo was really doing a lot of comedy in this early portion of the story that just did not get translated over at all. Chad asks about her dream, and then she says that she can't tell him because it's embarrassing, and then Kisuke arrives. And Chad says, well, now that Orihime is awake, you can finish your explanation. So Kisuke explains that they have spiritual powers now and that they relate to Ichigo, and that he explains to them what hollows are and what Ichigo is, the Soul Reaper, and all that Shinigami and all that shit. We get the chapter cover. It's Ichigo staring at the camera, and he's like sitting down. He's got the sword laying across his shoulder. Ichigo kills a hollow and then states that he and Uryu have killed most of the hollows around, so everyone should be safe. So I guess now Ichigo can sense them, apparently. And no, that's the case. Ichigo's thinking that he wants to beat Uryu for bringing all the hollows here. And he thinks of Uryu and thinks of him mocking him for not being able to sense him and gets pissed off. That was pretty funny. We cut to Uryu, who confirms that his strength is fading, actually. He's starting to get exhausted from all of the shooting he's been doing. And that far more hollows arrived than he thought there would be, which, of course, is foreshadowing for much later. Uryu then steals his resolve and wants to believe that he's right about his opinions on Shinigami and the Quincy. We cut to Rukia, who's fighting a hollow. She uses Byakurai, but it doesn't work, and she laments that she hasn't regained very much of her power at all, despite it being 2 months. The hollow goes to attack her, but then Kon kicks it in the face and saves it. And she wonders if it's Ichigo, and then Kon hugs her, and they get into a fight, and Kon can't remember why he was sent there to get the pager. And then Uryu arrives, and he confirms to Rukia that he started the Hollow Salt and states that even if Ichigo runs out of power, he's willing to sacrifice his life to see that no one else dies to the Hollows. So Uryu really wants to be a martyr just to prove that Quincy's are better than Shinigami. The Hollow goes to attack Koen from behind, but then Uryu shoots it in the head. And Kisuke continues to explain to Chet and Orihime Ichigo's powers and the existence of Hollows. States that they've had many experiences with them already. And then Ichigo arrives and he's found Uryu, and Kisuke tells Chet and Orihime that Ichigo awakened their abilities. And then we get the little corner thing about Karin having defeated Ishin. The bunch of talking in this chapter, very narrative heavy. I don't really have anything to add beyond that. Other than that, there was just a lot of comedy, and you weren't seeing that in the anime, unfortunately. But yeah, that was the end of that.